I'm LPGA professional golfer Brooke Henderson. I'm here to share my favorite health and wellness routines that help keep my golf game in top shape, exclusively for MasterCard card holders. In this episode, we'll talk through my mentality, pre-round, during the round, and also post-round. Every day before I go out to play, I arrive at the course 2 hours before, and I like to keep this routine to help stay relaxed and prepared for the day. When I first get there, I go get something to eat. In the morning, I always get an omelet and toast. That's definitely my go-to. And then, after I let that sit a little bit, then I head out to the range an hour and 10 minutes before I go out to play. And once I get to the range, I go through exercises and stretches just to awaken the body, get loose and prepared for the day. Then I work through my bag. So I start with wedges. So I do 20 yarders, 30 yarders, 40 yarders, and work all the way up to 100 yards. So that takes, a good portion of time. Then once I'm done with my wedges, then I move on to long irons. And when I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the course that I'm about to play, and specifically par 3s. So if I know I'm going to have 3 7-irons on 3 out of 4 par 3s, then I'm going to hit a lot of 7-irons and kind of picture the holes while I'm doing it. Then after my long irons, move into hybrid and then woods. Again, if I know I'm going to have a couple 3-woods off tees, then I tee it up as if I was hitting that shot on that par 4. So driver's the last thing that I hit. And I think that's really important, especially for amateurs. They walk up to the range and start pounding drivers right away, but for me it's the last thing. So I really want my body to be prepared and activated before I go and step into a big tee shot. And once I leave the range, then I go to the putting or chipping green. And this is where I would hit some bunker shots, maybe some little chip shots around the greens, just, getting a good feel for the green speeds. Then I move on to putting. And leg putting is a huge one for me, so I'm always counting out my putts, even on the putting green, and just getting my body and my putter ready for the green speeds. I feel like that's the number one mistake a lot of amateurs make is green speed. So it's really important to be a good leg putter. Then, with about 10 minutes left, I head over to the tee box, I grab my scorecard, meet my playing competitors, and talk through with my caddy my shot on that first tee box, and hopefully hit a good one. For my entire professional career, I have done my pre-round routine this way, starting 2 hours before. I just feel like it relaxes my body, and my body knows what's going to happen. During my rounds, I like to keep my pre-shot routine the same for every single shot, every single day. So when we first arrive at my ball, talking with my caddy, who's also my sister, and we're just talking through numbers, yardages, and the different factors. There's lots to think about on a golf course, and there's many different weather conditions, but first and foremost, you get the yardage to the pin. So it's 150. Then you get it to the back apron, 165, and to the front apron, 140. And then you can kind of decide where would be the best place to putt from. So you want, ideally, an uphill putt on every hole. So in this case, the green is back to front. So you want to be putting just over the front apron. So I want to hit the shot about 145. But now there's wind. And so it's into my face a little bit. Now I got to play the shot at 150. And so I'm just talking through the different things. I have a really good lie, so no need to worry about that. So now I grab my 7-iron. I'm thinking I need a 150 shot here. The wind maybe slightly right to left, so I'm going to aim about one flag right of the pin. So I'm talking to my sister about all this. We get a solid plan together, target, yardage. I then have my 7-iron in hand, and I think about the swing that I want to hit. So for me, 150, that's stock yardage, full 7-iron swing. So I take a full swing. I felt like that's the shot that I want to hit. So it's a good replica swing. I step in behind the ball. You have your target and you have your number, and you're just visualizing the shot. And here I like to just, move my shoulders a little bit, try to release some tension, just maybe take a deep breath and feel really relaxed. And at this point I feel very prepared because we've talked through all the different factors, all the different numbers, and now I'm ready to hit the shot. Shoulders, and then just step in, one last look at your target, visualizing, and then take your swing. And hopefully it's perfect. After I finish my round, then I move on to my post-round routine, where I discuss every single shot that I hit that day with my coach, who's also my dad, and my caddy, who's also my sister. So we just talk through every single shot, and we track our stats. So we Start on hole number 1. If I hit a fairway, check mark. If I hit a green, check mark. And then how many putts? 2 putts, 1 putts, or the dreaded 3 putt. We calculate it, write it all down, talk through what could have been a little bit better. So I track all those stats, and then I move on to the next hole where I hit the fairway but I didn't hit the green. And so we discuss what the problem was. And maybe it was strategy, maybe I was chasing a pin I shouldn't be chasing, or maybe it was mechanics, maybe it was just a poor swing. And whatever the problem is, then we discuss it, and then we go on to the range and try to fix it. So I think it's really important to be able to track your stats and see where your mistakes and flaws are. And for me, it works really well because then when I go into the next day, I'm confident that I've erased the problems from yesterday and I can just move forward and move on and not think about them. So I think it's really key and really important and a big part of what I do after every single round. Ultimately, the thing that really matters is the score. So I think, for amateurs, it's really important to track what you're doing, to track your fairways hit and your greens hit and how many putts you're taking, because you may think you're a really great putter, but when you track your stats and you have 36 putts, then maybe you need to, change your mind on that and work a little harder on it. So I think it's just really important, and it all helps make you play a little bit better. My parting, priceless advice for how to approach the game mentally, pre-round, during the round, and post-round, is to build a routine that works for you and trust in the process. Thank you so much for watching my health and wellness series. I hope it helps you play your best out on the course.